Hello everybody, First Month is here, today with something I believe really special. Do you know TOPS T3 tracker? Yeah, I hope you know. What about this one? So disassembled original T3 and disassembled the 20th anniversary tracker. These are exactly same, but I must do some correction in weight because I expected this knife, because I believe this is better. I believe this is better steel, but I thought that because the better steel, there's something more, like it is more tough. Then I believe that this one will be heavier than this one, but it is not like that. It is not like that. This one is actually lighter, and sorry. So this is it, 333 grams. I will not recount it into ounces, because if you want to know more details, please have a look for the trackers video or just find the TOPS page and you will find out this information there. Just here is important that was 333 grams, and this one is, I hope you see, 321. I hope you see that. 321 grams. So this one is actually lighter, about a bit less than half ounce is the, I would say, not the anniversary tracker, but this S35 VN still lighter in the same design or same profile as a 154 cm steel. So this one is a bit lighter, half ounce, a bit less than half ounce. So that was interesting for me. Okay, but this is not why I'm doing this video now. The point was, I had two, or I have these two trackers, but of course I will use just one of them. And as I said, I'm not the guy who is keeping some knives like back. Even if this is an anniversary tracker, I'd like to use. But there are these scales from the anniversary tracker. These scales are nice, but when you do chopping, you got it in your hand, so and you hold it in the back position, that's fine. I think I feel it quite nice, better than the original. But for the other handling, even for the profile, I didn't find them so nicely. Why? I feel them kind of roundish. Why? Because each of them is 0.4 of an inch or 1 centimeter exactly, include fiber, black fiber there. So this is 2 centimeters, 0.8 of an inch. If I stick it on the knife, I got 2.52 millimeters. So sorry, 2.52 centimeters. And if I want to have 1 inch, that will be 2.54. So 0.2 of millimeter difference than 1 inch. That's nothing. That's a hair thickness. So this one feels in hand really roundish, and somehow I don't like it. That was the my original tracker. T1 has 2 centimeters, so 0.8 of an inch. Even the biggest model has thinner handle. So, and I like this, the feeling of the, kind of squarish, but this is rounded, so it is not that squarish like maybe it used to be. You remember I did some rounds here, but that was just to have it perfect for myself. So I had two choices, basically three, to make new scales for myself, which I'm not some D expert, definitely not. So it could be a hard task for me, especially what tool I got. So I said, okay, this is an option for maybe another task. I'm thinking about it now, but there was of course, something else. What if I will swap the handle scales. So these are the handle scales from that original T3, and as you can see, these are about half of that thickness. This is 10.0, this is 5.6 millimeters, include the carbon fiber. So what happened if I stick them? If I stick these two, this 5.6, 5.6 millimeters, I got 11.2 millimeters, plus thickness of the blade is both of them 5.2 millimeters. So 11.2 plus 5.2, 16.4. 16.4 millimeters, I can tell you right now, it is over 0.6 of an inch, something over. And if we take 16.4, this is the T2 model, much smaller. And if I use a caliper here, and I got 16.2 millimeters. Sorry, see that? 16. Bloody hell. Yes. You should see that. Okay. How is that possible? Okay, 16.2, just 2 millimeters, that 0.2 of millimeters less than the T3 model. And there are some significant size differences. Include this wideness here, you can see. So I said on this knife, I like this knife, but the handle is really, it's kind of more tiny even for my small hand. Okay, so what's happened if I swap them? I will get the grip like from the original T3, which in some way is better and some way isn't. Okay, so there was another option to rebuild these scales from anniversary tracker, rebuild them to my Vision, which I said I don't want to do it, because if I will not use them, I don't want to destroy it, because that I will keep them still as an anniversary tracker. These are untouched. This is something I can sacrifice. I can't. Sorry, I can, because it's not a big deal, but why should I do it if I don't need? So I had third option, and I bought a carbon fiber, and I made these two for myself. So what you see, I finished it today, just before hour. I put it. There was a aluminum tube, this tube, and I used some brass, because the handle with this will be much more thicker, so I needed something in between that T3 original and T3 anniversary version. So this is how I finish it today. What I get better thickness. It is not super done, I mean for using definitely, but if someone watch it and find, oh look, there is some, it is not exactly, because I didn't want to destroy or to damage. I want to damage as less as possible. So I use this one. I use this as a form. You will see it especially here. See this? This is because I use this as a form, how I did this rounding, and maybe I'll do tomorrow something else on it, just a bit, but it is for using for touch is perfect. You don't need to do anything with that. Maybe now I will look for it. So what I get with these, it was 0.8 of millimeters, so I got double 0.8, 1.6 millimeters. So as I said, these scales without these mine was 16.4 plus 1.6. I got 18 millimeters now, 1.8 centimeter of thickness, which is better in hand. I'm going more to the anniversary. As I said, this is two centimeters basically, and this is 1.8. So now that these scales, as I will have, are really in between. 16 and 20, and I got 18, just, you know, about. So that's something nice. And what else is good? I can use, do you remember, I can use the original T3 Kydex sheath, and even better, I mean, the tracker will be there more secure, because the 1.6 millimeters is not big deal for the sheath. It can stand it, you know, it's springing, so that's great. And the second thing, it is more secure, because, you know, the spring is holding it inside better. So that's what I did. I will assemble it after a short time, and you will see it as a final product, and I'll tell you something a little bit more. And just for you to know, these tubes, this is brass, that was aluminum on that. You know, it's something else I want to tell you. I think, just, you know, I don't know. I think that the brass tubes are a bit more expensive than aluminum. First thing. Second thing, when I looked for micarta just day before, these are special. These are Ute micarta. You know, you see that net inside is, you know, more white. You know, I don't know how to call it. You know, you see it nicely on it. See, simply these squares are bigger than on normal micarta. I don't have them. Okay, you see there are squares also, but yeah, these are tiny. The problem is this kind of micarta is the cheapest out of them. With the aluminum tube is cheap than on brass than the brass one, and the original tracker has the brass one. I don't know about that anniversary tracker sheath. You know my complaints, about the sheath. If the leather sheath is same expensive as the Kydex sheath, what is the point? Probably you got it in your mind now. Did they save money in production where it was possible? I don't know. Okay, but what I want to say, what else? These are the, okay, again, aluminum tubes which holds the handle basically. You got these two screws. These are gray, in gray color. This is an anniversary version, as you can see, and the normal version is black one. Is black one, and this is it. This is it. So just for you to see it, you see that silver, I think it's aluminum also, is longer. Even the screws. It's just for information. Maybe somebody don't need to know these details, but just I'll put them on the T1, and you can see the difference in length, especially. So of course you got 3 of them, and if you try to, for example, what I did, because you know I got both of these trackers, and I will use just one of them each time, of course. So the point of this, why I doing this, I do like the T3 tracker, because this is the most of useful in normal life, for normal carry. I spoke about if I want some really survival life, etc. I said T1 or Bark River, and simply like this one. But for normal using, the T3 is alright, especially from spring to an autumn. That's great. In a winter, depend, you know, if you got an X or something like that, yeah, that will be fine to have this one or something else. But this is the best steel out of these. It outperformed even 154 cm, even with the rust resistant. So that's super steel. So why don't use it? but I didn't like the handle, I didn't like the sheath really, so I thought to make a new sheath for it. Now I probably don't. So these. What about the tube? The tube was kind of weird. This out diameter is about 4.4. I don't know, guys, why you can't see that. 6.4 millimeters. You must trust me. I hate that. That was the original. And on the anniversary tracker, it was actually 6.3, but I left it in my workshop. I don't have the original tube here, but it was 6.3. Even less? No. Definitely it was 6.3. I can tell you right now. The caliper isn't the best, definitely. So, 6.3 because I got this one. Where are the scales? This is the new brass tube which I bought for it, so with the carbon fiber. And if I take these, no, this one. 6.3, just the hair, but problem is you can swap the original T1 scales for the 20th anniversary tracker. You can assemble these, but you can't do it vice versa. You can't stick these. I got this one. This is the original, and if I want to stick them on it, it won't. It really needs to be just the hair, like thicker. Yeah. It won't go on it. It won't sit from this side. Yes, I found it right now, and it is because it was hammered there from one side with the really very close diameter, and one side is a little bit thinner. You can see it on here. This let's say gold colored bottom of the tube. This is because when the brass was smashed in this way, so this one stacks around. So it would probably go from this side on it. I'll try. This is for the other side, but yeah, for one of them it is better. Yeah, exactly. For this one, probably if I will hammer it on it, it will work, but not on this, because this one is hair thicker than this one. Just something you can't see, but it is there. So I need to make these holes 0.1 millimeter bigger in diameter, and it will work on it. So that's something, that's something tricky, I say. So you can't really swap these scales just like this one. You need to do something else. And of course, it's good to know you need to use these Torxes T10 Torxes. I would recommend two. If you will do something like this one, I recommend to have two, because one of these screws are kept on position with some silicone or something is there, so you need to screw just one side. But because I got these wider scales now, wider handles, so I assemble it and set it a little bit more to side to get these things. So I hope I said everything. Point of balance, just find out right now. As you can see, it is on the guard. I would say it's on guard, and maybe on. I see my finger on the camera a little bit, just behind the guard, just somewhere here. That was the anniversary tracker. Yeah, same. So, how surprised. Now I will put the scales on it, the new scales on it. That was hard time, guys. I had opportunity very first time to work with carbon fiber. That was bloody hell hard material. I expected to drill the holes there, you know, and everything will be fine. No, no way. It chipped out somewhere, and you know, it wasn't that easy. It was not easy, guys. If you are professionals, then it is not for you. You are professionals, you know how to do it and how to do it. You do it maybe every day, maybe a few times every day, and you good machinery, and simply you know how. Not me. This is very first time, first experience. And that was actually another thing, that was another reason why I did this one, because I do like the tracker. I do like improvements of my stuff. Probably you see my machetes and all these things, and I would simply want it better for me, and I want to learn something more. So we got them. I need to just knock it in. I'll do it in my way, as I normally do. Use a tracker, for example, though. Yeah. So it's there. It's there. Now these screws and the tubes for it. I'm using the original for the D3, the short one. Of course, one support from one side and the second from the second side. Yeah. First, second. See you can hear the click. So it was just the fiber, carbon fiber wasn't drilled exactly as it was, because you know I'll trying to find the drill. I mean, what you stick in the drill machine, and you want to say, how is going to drill? Probably. So this is 6.4 millimeters, and they had just 6.2 or 6.5. You know, you never get what you really need. So I did some research how to fix that, how to do it. As you can see, I was succeed, but it was, you know, sometimes, you know, keeping my brain ready. So that was the middle one, and the last one, and the last one. So it's evening actually now. I'm a bit tired after that. So this is the last one in the middle, as I said. This one, and basically I will just keep it there, and ta-da, it's done. So this is it, double size, the carbon fiber. You can see there are some imperfections, but when you do this one, yeah, I feel that there. I've tested it on that. As you can see here, the silver, I tested it here, and actually I used the rounding and everything on that, and it sits on it perfectly. Not on this. I don't know why. There was actually, I found it with the scales, they're a little bit moved. I don't know. This side is quite good, even with the jimping here. So, but for the there's nothing wrong, nothing you feel. It is just design thing. I'll say, oh, here is something. So I will fix it tomorrow. Just you know, I will do the hairy things. So this is it actually. This is it, and That was 18, 0. It says 18.1, but it is because of me. So we see that now nicely. Got so 18.1. So it is 18.0. It is 18.0. Oh, in inches. Now I can do that for you as a final product in inches. 0.7 exactly. That is again. It was again 0.70, and this one should be 0.8. This is 0.83 actually. 82 is 0.82. The original. Yes. So 0.82, or like this one. So here we are in a thickness. What's better? I can hold it more here. I can rest my thumb here when I do some small tasks. It is better, you know. It is just 1.5 millimeter actually, and if you take the 1.5 millimeter in your hand, that's probably you won't feel it in hand. You will not feel it there. But here, it is added 1.5 millimeter, and it is there. I feel it is nice. Point of balance. It was basically like that. If you see my video T3 tracker, it is basically only maybe 1 millimeter on that side, but that's nothing you can complain or something like that. The tube works perfect on it. Also is exactly like that, and that's important. Original T3 tracker. Hear the click. That's secure knife. That's secure. This is just 1.5 millimeter thickness, and it secures the knife from the side. Way better. You've got even just a bit harder time to pull the knife off the sheath. So now this is just for, as I said, for normally using. I mean, just camping, you know, and do some, as I said, from spring to summer. I will to an autumn. I will use probably this one. Sometimes something heavier, of course, accompanied with some machete or something like that. But this is something I want to use. It is much more comfortable for me in hand, even with the just hair more thickness. But it's much more comfortable than this one than it was. I will try it. I will try. It doesn't say I will not put some tape like before again here, but that will be not that much of it. Not that much of it, and maybe I will not. I will try. I'll try, and we'll see. But I feel it better in hand, more close to the normal size. A good better control. So that's basically said. For somebody may say, okay, there's no reason or why you don't simply use the original. The original scales on it. Simply that setup. Somehow I don't like it. Somehow, that was really roundish. That was really 1 inch. So it was rounded handle, and I don't like it from some reason. Well, as I said, for the chopping here, yes, but for normal handling, no. And this is great feeling. Maybe there's some personal touch on the knife, which always give you some more advantage, and we always learning how it's works. So this is basically it. So this is the combined Tops anniversary 20th anniversary tracker with handle scales of the normal T3 tracker plus a 0.8 fiberglass of 0.8 of millimeter from each side. So this is it. T3 upgrade for me, upgraded T3. I didn't say that. You can see I worked on the edge here, which is nicely sharp. Well, actually, if you ask me how long it takes, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, I would say 3 hours. It was just this one, and I didn't how I covered myself for because of course I didn't make the knife dull when I did it, so it was in this way, always sharp like this one. I used just leather gloves, and just be careful. That's it. Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice time. Bye.